Good evening, and welcome to Dice at Dusk.
Hey! Woo!
Quick content warning before we begin. This is a horror stream, and it does deal with mature themes. So, please consider this your trigger warning for gore, for horror, and generally the worst that humanity has to offer at times. Welcome, again, to Dice at Dusk.
All right, so everybody all here? And let's get started. So, in our last session, you guys fended off an attack by some very odd shadow-like creatures that seemed to shift form and seemed to broil and change as they moved and came at you. Immediately after that fight, you found the dead body of Draven in the stable with a note written on the wall in his own blood. One name, Matthias. Through your investigations, you found out that Draven lived in a townhouse not far from where you were staying. And after the guard released you from the inn, you commenced an investigation of the home. Nelu changed into a cat and leapt through the window and began searching the gloom-ridden home and creaking floorboards of this small townhouse. As you guys came in, you sifted through the book-laden desks and there is a word for this shelves of the study, and found several notes by Matthias. Apparently a beginning manuscript with notes from someone with the initials LPH. And that's where our story picks up. You guys have discovered that Draven and Matthias were lovers, or perhaps more, that they were sharing this home. And you have Matthias's manuscript on the table before you. What do you do?
I found their address book,
Yes.
and I was flipping through that.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Okay, 1 second. Gotta find it. Investigation. Investigation. Oh, hold on. It's this one.
Investigation.
There it is. Way better. Oh.
You should have taken the 12. All right. So as you flip through the date book, it's written in a very elegant, flowing hand, as if by somebody who has spent time mastering the art of calligraphy. Several of the notations refer to someone named LPH, but there are no dates, nor are there any times. The final notation refers to a meeting at the Halland Coffee House with LPH, and afterwards, nothing further.
All right. Okay. So we have a coffee house. We could possibly find this LPH.
What's the name of the coffee house?
I think I said the Halland Coffee House.
Hallen?
Yeah.
Or Heathrow Pallet? Yeah, Hallen Coffee House.
Yeah.
And we all have those keys. The keys don't open anything in the house?
You can try. Give me a separate investigation check to search the home.
Okay. Investigation check, not intelligence safe.
Our lady lover from the hotel had told us that the keys looked like they belonged to Miskatonic University,
The university. That's right. I thought library for a second, but you're right.
All
which
right,
was like
so... Oh, sorry.
several miles away or something.
It's about a day and a half walk. Two at a cautious pace. So, you rolled a 23, yes?
Yes, I did.
All right. So, doing so, you find a number of old periodicals that have been bound into a leather-bound ledger. It's obviously very lovingly done, and you notice that these all share the same author, Matthias. You find a few men's colognes and a silver razor near the nightstand. And I'm going to say that you pick up about 28 GP as you
Ooh.
move through.
Nice. 20.
I'm going to say that that was found in a mixture of the nightstands, a change bowl on the counter, and a golden pen that was on one of the desks. You also find Draven's personal notes. Now, how am I going to handle this? They seem to be a collection of theories regarding the nature of the mists. Several of the passages are disjointed, as if trains of thought followed from the mind to the hand. Overarching power, controlled, prison. Prison for who? Why can't I find the answer? Reading too much. Then better go get a gin. Can't find Matthias. Where has he gone? Can't let them know I'm looking. Have to act normal. Can't let them know. Can't let them see. Must remain calm.
I want to take that at least that one journal.
Okay.
I want to keep that in my possession.
Okay, add it to your inventory.
Thanks.
Matthias has been missing for a while then. We weren't sure that when we wrote it, or when we found it written on the wall.
Well, the date in the journal that you do find seems to indicate that he's been missing for at least 4 days.
Was the last meeting at the coffee house?
Yes. Or shortly thereafter.
Are there any
I
other
didn't miss you
rooms?
guys. I'm across the street. I forgot.
Oh, you were lookout. You were playing lookout. Are there any other rooms, or is there a second floor or a basement?
There is a second floor. I included that in the search. On the main floor, you find the study, a tea room, a kitchen. On the second floor, you have a water closet and a bedroom. And in the basement, it appears to be just a regular storage room. There's not much to be found there. Again, some old periodicals, a stash of ink and paper, and a few borrowed books bearing the seal that you don't recognize, and the words "Property of Miskatonic University."
The seal on the books. Any distinction?
It's a pair of crossed keys over a gate. As you look at it, it does look similar to the keys that you have. The decoration on the turning end of it, the handle, is very similar to the seal, but yours appear to be held in some form of talon or claw.
Okay, and these are just more of an insignia on the book.
Yes. They're stamped there.
They're stamped?
Yes, they're stamped on the inside cover.
Can I read the titles of the book?
One reads the nature and order of the planes. The other, Infacari Infernam. Another reads Liberius Mortiam. And yet another is in a language you do not recognize. It's a language you do not recognize, or even really really seem to be making sense of.
Okay, I'll take one of those. Well, there's 3 books you mentioned, so there's 3 books in total, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll just make a note of those 3 books.
Oh, okay. Hi, buddy. All right.
Oh. Awesome.
Sorry. Sorry, I was talking to my wife and my dog. So you wanted to take all 3 books?
Yeah. Best. I chuckled to myself. Well, there better be no late fees for these.
All right.
Nobody escapes the librarian.
I'd like to take a look around while I'm in cat form to see if there's any of those dark shadows in the house.
All right. As was noted when you got in, there are several of them right now. They do seem to be roiling around and keeping a watch out, but they don't seem to be active at the moment. It seems more like they're in a passive, almost like fish-like state as they swim through the shadows, slowly morphing and changing. At times they seem almost snake-like, mouths forming and dissipating across their slithering bodies, eyes popping up and then disappearing a moment later. At other times they take on a nearly humanoid form as they skitter from shadow to shadow. And still yet at other times they seem to form and coil into ways and shapes that defy description. Actually, give me a will save.
A will save?
A will. Wisdom. Wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw?
Can't
Yes.
see or hear Jamie.
Oh.
For what it's worth.
You can't see or
Can
hear. Oh.
Can anyone else?
I can hear you. Can anyone else not hear Jamie? Okay, Amanda.
I can hear Jamie.
Okay, Amanda can't hear you, and Mila can't hear you. Huh.
Weird.
She was
It's
just
been
asking.
like the rotating thing for a while.
Maybe I'll try reconnecting.
Yeah, I'll give you an
Should we
answer.
try and exit and come back?
Yeah, everybody exit, then try and come back.
She just dropped completely off on mine.
Yeah, she's connecting out and coming back.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll all try disconnecting and coming back. All right. Can everybody hear me now? All right, we got Amanda, we got
Mhm.
Ole, 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 ole.
Mhm.
By the way, have you guys seen that YouTube video of the British football club that the sound changes based on what you're reading on the screen? They're really yelling out, "That was embarrassing. That was
Oh,
embarrassing."
yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Still no video for Jamie.
okay,
Just
so
pop back up for me.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I can.
Yes, Amanda?
No for
Amanda
Amanda.
can't hear me.
But Jamie
That's
can.
weird.
Sorry,
Or Mila.
Mila, can you hear her?
I'm odd girl out. I got nothing for jams.
You got nothing
That's
for
so
Jamie.
weird.
Mila, can you hear her?
Right, I'm gonna go back out and come back in and
Sure.
see if that helps.
All right. Try now, Jamie.
Hello.
I can hear her.
You can
I
hear
still
her now?
Okay.
can't see you. It's okay. I know
Yeah,
what you look like.
everybody's kind of been
I can
freezing.
see her now. Woo woo!
All right. Mila, can you hear me?
Pam,
All right, there we go. All right. So, I said roll me a wisdom save.
Who's doing it? Me?
That would be Nelu.
Deal.
Okay. I need everybody to mute themselves except for
Ouch.
Jamie. So I need you to mute so you can't hear. And I'll let you guys know back in the chat when we're ready to go.
Okay, hold on a second. And yoink.
All right. Jamie, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
As the creatures begin to shift, twist, and spiral before you, you feel your consciousness fall away for a moment, as if deep, dark water suddenly opened up beneath your feet and you fell into this endless, boundless, fathomless pool without light, without direction, without any way of getting your bearings. And as you fall, you feel, you don't see the creature seething and twisting about you. And as you fall, you begin to not hear, but become aware of this rhythm of maddening drums and demonic flutes passing over your consciousness. You see towering forms and cities floating in the black. And then you see a tired man with spectacles sitting at a desk with a paper. His hair is black and thinning. His spectacles perhaps a little too worn. And as his pen dips, you see the first hint of color breach your awareness. As the pen lifts itself from the inkwell, you see that it is bright crimson. And as he spreads the ink across the page, feverishly scratching and clawing at it, finishing writing a single page, grabbing it violently, shifting it, and beginning to scrawl across the next. You, possessed by whatever he is putting to the paper, the vision fades. You find yourself on your side, no longer in your animal form, and I want you to take 5 points of damage, please. Psychic.
Brutal.
All right, I'll bring everybody else back in.
We meant to come back.
Yes, you are. So, Dagra and Kilcax, you hear a scream. Nelu, what part of the house were you in?
Let's say the kitchen.
You hear a blood-curdling screech from the kitchen. At first, it's the sound of a cat in great distress, screaming, but slowly it begins to shift and become more human-like. What do you do?
I draw my sword and I run towards the kitchen.
All right, Kilcax?
I'm in the library or their study,
Yes.
so I drop whatever else I got and I go to the source of the sound.
All right, as you round the corner, coming down, ripping across whatever stairs you were across, tearing through the hallways, as you come to the kitchen, you see Nelu lying on the floor, slowly shifting from beast back to you, her humanoid form, screaming in agony, writhing across the floor as she begins to shift. Her bones, as she's twisting back into human, crack and almost sound like they're breaking. What do you want to do?
Is there anything around here? We're doing first aid. Search for
Is there any other
danger.
creatures? Yeah,
Roll
what
for
any other
perception.
creature? Ooh, yeah. Let's roll for perception. Perception.
Oh, fine, jiggles.
Perception.
Do you guys want to operate it as one guy helping the other? For instance, if you could say
yeah,
to the
totally. If
the
I
person
could-
with the higher perception can, if somebody has a higher perception, you can say, I'm going to help them look for that, and they get advantage on their roll.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah. I got 22.
Ah, damn.
There are no creatures in the area, but the shadows, the shadows seem to almost be reaching out for Nelu. They're not quite touching her, but it almost seems like they're stretching across in impossible ways that the laws of light and gravity and the universe should not be allowing.
Can I grab her body and pull it towards us?
You may certainly try.
Done.
All right.
I hear her scream from outside.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
This.
I'm going to walk across the street and come towards the back where they all entered the house. Then.
All right. The door gives way.
I see anything before I come across that looks like someone fleeing or anything weird?
Nothing weird, no. I'm gonna just say that as you come, you see that the shadows almost look a little darker than they should, but other than that, nothing jumps out at you. No.
Really casually going to come over to join the party inside the house then.
All right.
I keep an eye on the shadows.
As you grab Nelu and you pull her out, it doesn't seem like anything's holding on to her, but she continues to writhe, and after a few seconds, her breathing steady, or her body seems to steady, and she stops screaming. And she goes limp for a moment before her eyes snap open.
Can I ask
And she's in it.
Are you okay?
She's yeah.
I've never experienced that before in my life.
Did you lose any health points?
Yes,
How many? Are you almost dead?
many. I did not enjoy that. I don't know if that was a punishment or if that's what we're here to defeat.
What happened? What do you remember? What day is it? How many fingers?
How much do I remember of what happened?
I would say you remember everything. It's very vivid and it's very fleeting. You don't remember the particular shapes, but you do remember the man.
I saw a possessed man writing in crimson in what looked like blood. And then someone, I don't know, it twisted me back.
Oh, it was a forced transformation.
Was the man you
Yeah.
saw Draven?
It was not Draven.
Draven's young,
Yes.
is he not?
Yes, this
Yeah,
man
no,
appeared to
it was not
be
Draven.
35, 40.
Any distinct features or?
I saw black, tired. He just looked really, really tired, like he had been writing for a long time.
Is he still in the room?
No, I traveled. The spirits around us, they took me. I think they showed me something.
What were you doing before this happened?
Looking at them, staring at them, observing them.
That's what triggered
And
this little episode?
I don't know. I don't know if Great Salune wanted me to witness that.
Mm.
She giving me a vision? Was it something from this place, a haunting?
could be.
Writing
What did
something
he
in
write?
blood, yeah. What did he
What
write?
did the man write in blood? Did you catch that?
Have you seen
I
these
don't.
kind of spirits before, Naylu?
I tell Payne that we're in the kitchen. So I can hear her coming into the house. So I tell you, I say, Payne, in the kitchen.
Guys, I heard something. What happened? Is everyone okay?
And I point with my silver sword. She's like, she had an episode.
Oh. You had those before?
I don't know.
Do you remember?
No, I don't remember. I don't know really much from before the mist.
Oh. Do you guys not remember your lives before the mist?
I do.
For you, Kilcax.
I know about me.
Okay.
I know that
That's okay, Naylu.
I know
I'm
that
sure we'll figure it out.
I know that I died. And there was fire everywhere. And then I felt the grace of Salune. And next thing I know, I came to.
Oh,
Hmm.
Her faith in me brought me back. I have a purpose to serve.
But what about this man that you saw writing on the wall? Did you? You just saw
I
him?
did not see. I did not see. It's all very blurry. I see shapes and I see colors, and I know he was writing frantically.
All right.
Maybe he was writing one of these books.
Oh, he was writing on the book in the books, not in the wall.
No, he was writing frantically on a notepad, was he not? Or was it in a book?
It
Or
would have been. It looked almost like a journal. It was. It would. It was. It seemed to be leather bound, and I don't think you would have seen too many details regarding it. But it did. It wasn't simply loose leaf. It was what one would consider a higher end for the time notebook.
If I look in the notebook that I took from their study, is it in there?
Any of the writing red?
No.
I would almost turn it brown. It'd be like brown and flaky if it was blood. Unless it was
Interesting.
magic.
Do you
And
feel safe in the house? Should we leave the house?
All right.
Am I uncovered? Did my cowl come off through all this, or am I still all covered up?
I would say that you're all covered up still.
I'm gonna
But-
dust myself off and adjust my. What am I'm wearing? A habit? A hobbit? What am I?
A habit.
A robe.
Yeah,
yes.
robes. Yes. But hang on a moment, guys. So you're all gathered around Nelu at the moment, I believe.
Dun, dun, dun.
As Nelu answers the last of your questions, the shadows nearest to you begin to shift and swallow. Roll for initiative.
Oh boy.
All right, give me 5 seconds. I'm just giving you guys back control of your tokens. Oh, for the days of minis and plastic.
Soon, guys, soon. Let's go back to real in-person gaming because this online stuff, I'm not for it.
Yeah, I'm actually working on something for when we finally get back together. I find Tailspire and that kind of thing really exciting. So I'm actually taking a look at seeing what getting a touch screen and then mounting it in a casing and doing something awesome with the woodworking there would run a guy. It would be,
Cool.
I think it'd be something pretty special. All right, save settings, and that just.
So we're rolling for initiative.
Yes,
Yep.
please.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, whoops! I grabbed the wrong guy for Dagra. Where's Dagra? Oh, Dagra is missing.
No.
Dagra, where are you? La cucaracha, la cucaracha. There you are. It's controlled by Cal S. There. All right. So let's have our enemies roll. All right. So 25 to 20.
22.
22.
16.
21.
Hang on. Sorry, was that sorry, Nelu that rolled a 21?
Yeah.
All right. And who said 16?
I did.
All right. And finally, Payne, what did you roll?
I think she rolled a 10.
Money.
Sorry?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay.
Oh, you got a 10. Okay. Sorry, I didn't see the chat in the roll 20. All right. So, our order is Kilcax, Nelu, Dagra, Payne, and then the enemy. So, as you your head snaps up as you hear a a curdling screech like nails across a chalkboard or old stone, and the creatures begin to pull themselves from the shadows, shifting and boarding. One of them grabs a hold of a table with what looks to be a tentacle, and it slowly shifts towards a claw with eyes instead of fingernails as it pulls itself out of the shadows. All right, come on. Assets. Assets. Right. So there are 3 of them. The first pulls himself from the wall here. The second, from over the fireplace, it begins to slither across the chase and the hearth before coming to rest beside and taking a vaguely humanoid form. And the third pulls itself from the corner. Its far too many eyes littering its form, from not just on its face, but across its neck, its chest, and through its arms. Its limbs constantly reforming and shifting again. Mouths becoming eyes, and eyes becoming mouths, and before becoming appendages that you truly have no name for, and then back across the entire horrible cycle. So, with that, Kilcax, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Is one coming up the table?
There's one here. Oh, shoot. Sorry. I did not move you guys to the proper setting. My apologies. There you
No,
go.
I was gonna say I can't see a thing.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. Okay.
And these are shadow creatures?
These are shadow creatures.
Dun, 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 dun.
They look the same as the ones we fought in the alley.
Very similar, yes. In substance, if not form.
Okay. I want to move close to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I want to dagger him.
All right, roll for it.
I thought I did. Hold on. There, is that better? There we go.
Hang on, I gotta switch back to the... All right. So is that 9 your attack roll or your
Yes.
damage? All right. Sorry, I just gotta
I
bring
think
that
it
up.
just automatically does the damage underneath it, so hopefully that's not too bad.
Not a problem. The attack does fail, however. As you come across with the dagger, the creature again shifts and changes, much as the ones in the alley did, avoiding your blow, and then gripping to the wall. Suddenly, another arm lunging from its back, grabbing the wall and pulling it out of the way. It looks down upon you from the wall, and you could swear it's laughing at you. All right. Which, do you have a bonus action you'd like to take?
Yes. I am not going to let that defer me, and I'm going to use my hand axe and get it. That.
All
That'll
right.
work.
Make an attack roll.
There we go. Hand axe. 15.
That is a hit. And 3
Yes!
damage. All right. All right.
Showed him for laughing at me.
And I do believe that's the end of your turn.
Yes.
All right. That brings us to Nelu. Jamie?
Nelu,
Oh, did
what
she
do you
freeze?
do?
Amy,
Oh no,
Frozen.
Nelu!
No!
The love of Nelu.
For the love of Salune!
Yeah, Salune.
The moon has abandoned us!
She's too
We're
weak to
boned.
fight.
we're boned. And she's back. Hey!
Sorry, guys. I just, like, my computer all of a sudden decided it didn't want to be connected to my Wi-Fi.
Hey, not a problem. This is all for fun, remember?
Yes.
I don't think anybody here is the type to hold technological issues against you.
I do.
It's your
Oh,
house,
God.
Cal. Go help your wife.
Yeah.
Why the computer no work?
You must go sacrifice an IT technician to the router.
Right?
And
Looks
then
like we need another. Sorry. Looks like we need another hamster. Throw that sucker in. Spin the wheel, you little rodent.
I could lend you Mal. He's got energy to spare.
Oh, I bet.
He'd probably break the wheel. All right.
He's
So,
back.
Nelu, how do you want to do it? Or what do you want to do?
I am going to use my bonus action to cast the shillelagh. Did I say that right? Yes. Okay.
Yes, you did. Your pronunciation is Celtic approved.
All right. Perfect. And I'm gonna hop on over to this guy here, and I am going to roll the hit. And it's what? Does 16 hit?
16 does indeed hit.
Ooh,
Sweet.
look.
Holy moly!
I'm angry. They hurt me.
Oof. Okay, how do you want to end him?
So he's a big cloud of black writhing mass again, right?
Well, this one, he's almost serpentine at the moment. A mass of eyes and mouths across. I can't even be
It's the
called a
lizard
snake.
people.
It can't even really be called a snake. It's more like a tendril.
I want to take my quarterstaff and bash its head in, like super gory, blood and brains going everywhere.
All right. Ask and these shall receive. So you raise your quarterstaff above your head, bringing the blunt end down as hard as you can on what you perceive at that moment to be the area most akin to a head. As you strike it, you drive the creature's skull or mass into the floor, and boof! The shadows that you've struck immediately explode beneath your staff. You feel a slight waft akin to the mist pass over you as the creature disintegrates. All right, and
Give a little roar of satisfaction. Roar!
give us the roar. Come
That
on.
felt so good. Oh,
There we go.
yes!
Which brings us down to Dagra.
I see that my comrades are slaying away the evil demons, and I move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right to this guy,
Mhm.
and I roll. I'll try to hit him,
Mhm.
and let's see. I'm not gonna do Grand Weapon Master. I'm just gonna do a regular roll to hit. And the hit would be +4. Ooh,
That's that. Yeah, not 20. Roll for critical.
yes. It's a 2. This guy is going to be paste. So it's 2d4, 2d10 +4 with my
Usually, I
silvers.
just get you to roll 1d10 plus 4 and then multiply the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, in this edition, it's like you just double your damage roll. Your die roll.
Oh, you just roll an extra die.
Yeah, you roll an extra die.
Yeah. I do know that. I find it easier a lot of the time just to double the damage that you roll.
Okay.
But yeah.
I will take that into consideration. And 20.
All right, 20 damage. How do you want to take him out?
Right in the sternum. Just
All right.
plant the sword and just whisper to him, "Who is your master?"
So, make a will save.
Who sent you?
Please make a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Yes, please.
Okay. Wisdom save. Let's see. What's my wisdom? Wisdom save is +4 to wisdom save. Awesome. So 14.
Everybody, please hop out of the call for a moment.
Oh.
Good. I'm glad someone else is getting it. Ah.
Love you.
All right. So, as you drive the sword home, the creature, you ask, "Who is your?" And you ask your question of the creature. You feel one of its tendrils slip beyond the back of your neck. For an instant, you're back inside of a sarcophagus you recognize as your master. What was his name again? Going back to the notes.
Yeah, his name. Dana Kale.
Let me just double check, make sure that I've got that.
I spelled it Dana Kale, so I don't know if that's sorcerer from Ilaluk.
Yeah, Danakal.
Danakal.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
Danakal. So you see Danakal standing over you once more, shifting different mystical apparati and looking, checking dosages as they pass through multicolored vials, through tubes, entering into various points in your arm and chest. You scream, grabbing onto the hard metal bed to which you are strapped and enclosed, and you pound at the edges and at the tops of the coffin's lid, but it will not give way. You're left immobilized and helpless, and I'm going to put you under stress.
Ooh.
So let's see if I can find that particular variant rule. All
It's
right.
in the Ravenloft book, right?
Yes, it is.
Dress.
So, all right. I'm going to increase your stress score by 1. So, until you spend an entire day relaxing, or have another way to reduce that particular uh, debilitation, you're going to take a -1 to all of your rolls.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So it reads.
Is that all like even damage rolls,
Let me double
or
check that.
most likely
I think,
saving throws?
yeah, it's saving throws and attack rolls, I believe. When the
Okay,
creature makes when the character makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw, they must apply their current stress score penalty to the roll.
yeah. So saving attack roll and ability checks.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, cool.
All right. I'll let everybody know to come on back. All right.
Please come back.
Yeah, I'm still figuring out the intricacies of Discord.
Hi, guys.
I have the power.
Glad I can hear Jamie, but I still can't see you, baby.
Can you guys see me?
I can see you.
I can see you guys, but
I can hear you.
you keep freezing.
Oh.
So I think that's my internet connection. Is you guys will be moving, and for a time it'll be okay, and I'll be able to see you, and then you'll be putting a piece of popcorn in your mouth or scratching your nose or something, and then that's all I'll see for about 20 minutes.
On itchy nose.
Yeah, so strike heroic poses. Let's give people something to look at. So,
Make sure you're always smiling.
you guys see Dagra strike home with his blade, and then for an instant, he freezes, and that will bring us to the turn of Payan.
All right. Pain just slides her drum around from her back to her front, gives it a couple quick raps. Boom, 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 boom. With the final boom, she targeting. It's just that one that's left alive, right? This one.
Mm-hmm. The one over by Kilcox, yes.
Targeting that one.
Mm-hmm.
It makes a con save as like thunder crashes around it.
And it fails miserably.
And it will take 5 points of thunder damage.
How many points?
5.
5. All right. So, what spell were you casting?
Called Thunderclap.
Yeah.
Okay. As the reverberations from your drum strike out and hit the creature, it startles for a minute. Its form dissipates for just a split second before reforming into a multi-limbed monstrosity as it grips the wall with 10 or 12 hands, clawing into the stone. And a great mouth appears in its chest and screeches at you. All right.
Boy.
Is there anything else you want to do for your turn?
That I will draw my dagger, and I'm gonna move. Select.
Excuse me.
I just moved myself her to the side of the table so that if it's still standing next time, I'm ready to throw at it.
All right. And with that, it's the creature's turn. And it's going to target. Oh, I wait. All right. So suddenly it seems to shift. The shadows around it blurring and folding over it. And for within that moment, it seems to fall away and become one with the shadows around it. Now let me double check this, because I need to make sure this is how it goes with this particular. Da-dum. Appendices, why are you so evil?
Any of these creatures hurt us? Or they just climbed out of the shadows and we knew they were bad news because we've dealt with them before?
We just took out our swords and started swinging.
Just started killing them.
We bring you pee. Ah!
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, wait a minute.
What was that?
Flesh.
It's writing something. It could be a spell. Kill it. I got the kerosene.
Please kill it with fireball.
What? Okay. There's an easier way of doing this. And one that won't drive my players mad from the fact that their DM is still learning the system.
Help?
All right. All right, Dagra. I believe by virtue of your class you have enhanced senses, no?
Yes, I do.
If you do have anything to do with hearing, now would be the time to use it. Because as the shadows fold around the creature, it falls from view and becomes utterly invisible to you.
Okay, so at level 4.
Okay.
It's only at level 4 though.
All right. Then
I'm shit out of luck.
Then nothing happens.
Yeah, nothing transpired.
It disappears.
Continue as you were.
Forget I said anything. Forget I said anything. I didn't say anything at all.
Da 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 da.
all right. I'm just gonna move. You know what? I'll just keep track of him in my mind.
Okay. It's time to
Still there.
put on. Yeah. It's time to put on makeup. It's time to light the lights.
Hmm. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Pain. What was your armor class?
Boy.
I.
Level 1 low.
Sorry?
12.
All right.
12.
You feel the slightest brush beneath your feet. For an instant, you're almost willing to discard it. Then the creature leaps up and rakes its claws across your back. And that does... And that's going to do 7 damage. So it is now here. All right, and with that, that brings us back to Kilcax.
That
Does... Who's got the bow?
I
Who
do.
is that?
Me, that's me.
Kilcax get an attack of opportunity as it disappeared from his threatened squares?
I
Or
believe
did it, like,
I
dissolve?
like
and then reappear?
it's a magical invisibility. So I believe you get a concealment if you're invisible that avoids attacks of opportunity.
So it disappeared and then reappeared when it attacked me.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think the opportunity to attacks transcends to when a creature moves away from you in a space. Spacing. Like physically moves away.
Oh, so Kilcax should have gotten an attack of opportunity then.
If she can't see it.
She can't see it. If it's like just a normal movement of a creature out of a 5 square feet area, then it's an opportunity attack. But you used magic, or so that negates it. So it's perfect.
So it is the same as 3.5 then.
I have never played 3.5.
Until this year, that was all I played. So
okay, yeah.
There are some much of it's the same, but then there's that one or two things that all of a sudden, well, that isn't quite the same.
You have to be able to perceive it moving away. So if it just disappears, he doesn't get the opportunity.
Yeah.
If he could somehow, through illusions or whatever, like then it would be a different story because he can just see it's moving. But she or he has to be able to perceive it.
Yeah, when a hostile creature that you can see moves out of your reach. Thank you, Google.
Yeah, no, I thought that's
Awesome.
what it was. All right. With that, it brings us back to Kilcax.
So I can see that it has disappeared and appeared behind Mila's character Pain.
Yes, you are able to perceive it again.
And I can shoot it
You
with
heard
my
me scream.
longbow.
All right. Go for it.
Boop. Work. Yeah.
Question: did we put the kills on the kill board? Are we still doing that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I think I might have deleted the kill board. Hang on.
Oh no.
No.
Oh,
Starting again.
We can figure that out. It's only one session.
Darn it. Hang on. I'll figure this out. And word. Nope, I didn't save it. Sorry, guys.
Okay, we'll start fresh today.
All right. Hang on a second. Blank document. And I'll make sure I save it right now. Save as.
I'm pretty sure Kilcax had 5 kills.
Why all the ladies swoon.
Well, I'm pretty sure we can go back and count them.
Oh my god. Okay, it might have been 2 or 1.
The fish was this big.
Once I had a character whose sword was this long, said the bard. All right. All right, who killed somebody this round? I think Dagra got one.
And
And
Nelu.
Nelu did too.
Nailu, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
all right. All right, and that brings us
Going
back.
in for a second one.
What did you roll for damage?
With the longbow, I had piercing damage of 9.
All right, how do you want to take him out?
Where's the biggest eyeball?
The biggest eyeball, there's one forming just on the shoulder right here, or what you perceive
wanna-
to be the shoulder.
Just want to deflate it.
All right.
Lose it.
So you draw back the longbow, holding it for just a second longer to steady your breath. And as you loose, you see it twist through the air, finding its mark, and finally, right through the iris of the eye, driving the creature across the room. It tumbles and twists as it begins to dissipate. It reaches back towards you, screeches one final time, and then dissolves.
Nice.
As it's reaching, its form begins to drip slightly, and then like a sheet of rain just hitting the ground.
Yeah. Juicy.
Oh my god! The other day I saw somebody wearing a pair of sweatpants with that written across the leg. Thank
the
you
leg
for
or
the.
the butt?
I don't want to be
baby.
demonetized, so I'm not gonna say. Oh, who
Couture's
the hell am
back,
I kidding?
baby.
We had so many dick jokes in the last game. I'm already screwed. Ah.
Awesome.
Anyway, so sorry, a little bit of YouTube humor there. The creatures have now all been defeated. The shadows in the room, which a moment ago seemed so dark and so constraining, lighten for a second. And then the light from the window streams back in, as if nothing had ever occurred. What do you guys want to do?
I
Any
tell
of
the
that
sorry.
liquid still, any of the black matter that rained the floor, is that still there, or does it just like
It sits there like a mist for like a second, and then it's gone.
I like tried to run my fingers through it? Is it oily? Is there a texture? Is it gone before that can happen?
I'm going to say that if you do it immediately after, you get kind of a feeling like as if you're passing through the mist for a moment. And for just the faintest moment, give me a perception check, please.
Da, da. Level, baby. I rolled a 10. So it's 12.
Yeah, nothing really beyond the fact that it feels like you're passing through the mists.
Are there any vials or containers
You
in the
guys are near
household?
your guys are near the kitchen. I'm gonna say
Hmm.
there's a cookie jar on the counter.
Is it possible to take some of this mist or some of this residue and put it in a container?
I'd say it passes far too fast for that.
Okay. Well,
It's enough that if you ran up immediately after the creature was dead and swiped your hand through it, you could feel
yeah.
it, but not enough time to capture it unless you actively conked it with the pot, so to speak.
Well, I say to the group that we could be on the right track, given the fact that we've found this LPH character and these books. So I think it's time for us to leave. if we have any other business here, we should do it now and then move on and try to find these characters that we, you know, need to get in touch with, especially this Lawrence Philip Holak character. As I pull away my sword.
Where these creatures are, sure, turn up every time we end up somewhere. Let's be careful, or the local enforcement is going to start suspecting us.
What say you?
That I'm going to go to a window and make sure that no one heard the ruckus.
There's a couple of passerbys that are just kind of looking at the house. As you look out the window, I'm guessing you're just gonna brush the blinds aside and take a look.
Century 21.
Sorry, what 21?
Century 21. They're gonna buy. Yeah, this house is great. You want to make an offer?
I don't think I've ever seen that one. Oh, Century 21.
Yeah.
So as you do, you see a couple people on the streets are kind of looking at the house kind of oddly, like what the hell is going on here? But they aren't really taking much of an interest aside. They quickly go on about their day, as if it's not worth their time to be too worried about what has transpired there.
Do we need to heal up our people and then maybe start the trek to the was it the university?
I think we should maybe, well, I don't know if I know about that coffee house yet, but you guys should tell me about the coffee house.
Yeah.
We can maybe
Yeah.
check that out.
Go to the coffee house and heal up.
Yes. Maybe grab a croissant and a latte.
I literally just ate a croissant.
Degra, let me help you with those books. They look like heavy tomes.
By all means.
Did you find these?
I found them in one of the rooms, and one book I'm not too familiar with. It's in some language, and I felt that it might have shed some light. And if you notice the engravement of the cover of these books, they contain a key engraving similar to what we have in our keys.
Studied some languages? Perhaps I can make heads or tails of it.
Please do. This could be a clue to what is keeping us here, or who is keeping us here. I feel that this is an opportunity to find out more about this.
All
Look
right.
through it and see if I can make any heads or tails of it. Only really uncommon language I speak is primordial.
Are you guys going to do that here, or are you going to try and head to another location before you start looking through the book?
Just want to quickly look at it and see if I can read the title or something. The one that he can't read.
Primordial. I'm not familiar with that one. Hang on a second. You actually do recognize the language. It is very similar to Primordial. Give me a history check.
Oh, God. I got a 6.
Okay.
Can't remember.
So while the text is very similar to Primordial, containing a few root words, it seems to be a far, far older dialect.
Okay.
How far into this book are you reading? Are you just trying to get the title, or are you actually cracking it open?
The title, if I can get it, and then if it's legible, if I'm only getting half the word, like if I get half the words, I'm going to not look too closely at it. If I can get out, I'll just flip it open and see what's inside. The title. That's really what it comes down to. Or is it
I'm
like
gonna
I can tell
say-
that it's similar but not quite?
I'm going to say that you half recognize one of the runes on the title. It could mean to be without a lock, or freedom, or cast out. Really, it's the way that the rune is. It could be many different things, and it while you recognize it as similar to primordial, it's different enough that you're not quite certain what you're dealing with yet.
I wouldn't open it then because obviously this is going to take some interpreting. We'd need time. So I would just go, oh, this is, maybe I can figure that out later.
All right.
Light reading before
Pocket
bed.
this, if that's okay, Dagra. Yeah, light reading for bedtime.
Interesting.
All right.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear him?
Jamie's spinning dots again. I know she's muted, but
Can you hear me?
cool.
Can everyone hear me?
I can hear you but can't see you.
Huh.
Mila, can you hear Jamie?
Just can't see her.
Oh, okay.
As long as we have audio, we're good.
Okay. But thank you, 2020. I feel like people
To
are
the
playing.
cafe.
I feel like people are playing more D&D, but are spending less time playing D&D these days.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, to the cafe. That was the Harriston Cafe, I believe. All right. You you recognize the name definitely. You think you may have passed it on your way here, midway from between here and the Swinging Cat Hotel.
On the way, I'll ask you guys. You found out whatever. Give me the scoop. Kind of roughly heard it, but
Well, the rundown is that Draven and Mr. M, what's his name again? Sorry,
Matthias.
Matthias were partners, and Matthias is missing. Draven was trying to find him. Matthias was investigating the shadow creatures, and the shadow creatures have found us multiple times now. So we gotta figure this out.
Cal, are
Is
you
that a
still
good
there?
recap?
Yep.
Point of order, Jamie. Matthias was not looking into the shadow creatures. He had a pastoral manuscript that was marked with the notes of LPH.
Yeah.
Draven began looking into them after Matthias's disappearance. Or at least it
There we
seems
go.
that way from the notes that you found.
Good.
All right. So you guys are on your way down the street towards the cafe. Anything in particular you want to do while you're on the way there?
And make sure
Is
we're
there
not
any-
being followed.
Yeah, make sure there's no riffraff.
Perception, please.
Shadows.
Shadows, shadows. Da, 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 da. And it is perception plus art. 10.
22.
22. All right. So, Kilcax, you notice as you're passing down the street that every so often there's a flicker of movement just outside of your peripheral vision. But when you turn to look, all you see is very, very dark shadows. It seems that if the creatures are following you, they aren't quite ready for a confrontation in the open.
I might have to invest in some matches.
So just before we get to the cafe,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, in the next couple of blocks,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just be tapping out a little rhythm on my drum and along to it to give an inspiration to Kilcax, because I'm guessing he's going to hit on whoever is in this cafe and ask about, maybe we should ask after that handsome guy Matthias from 4 days ago.
All right. Roll your inspiration die.
It's just a D6.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you
I'm-
roll the d6 and then tell them the numbers so they can apply it, if I'm reading the bard ability right.
you can add it to one. Says this can be added after seeing their roll, but before knowing the outcome. Okay.
Yeah.
That is cocked. Can't roll on this table. I need and that fell on the ground. Oh, guys, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh my god! And then it's a 6.
All right.
Cursed!
Okay.
Cursed!
Good. It was worth it. The 2 cocked dice were good. 3rd time's a charm.
To dice jail with you, sir.
I need a bigger table.
All right. So as you turn the corner, you find a very nice cafe. There's a red awning out front that says Harriston in gold letters across the rim. There are several quaint little tables. Many of them are mismatched. It seems that each one is harmonious as a whole, but not with everything. Each set is unique unto itself. Some of them bear dwarven runes, others elven etchings of leaves and stars and moons. Still others have unnameable creatures swimming through unknown seas. One even has an unknown map laid in tiles across the face, and its chairs are almost sedan-like chairs. They swoop out, and you can recline upon them as you sit at the table. It takes up a whole corner. It's beautiful, but wonderfully impractical as well. One, and this is perhaps the oddest of all, is a table that swoops and swivels and layers up in 3 different tiers. Each one twisting and turning before coming to a platter level, with the chairs not truly being chairs, but more akin to a parrot's perch, coming up off the base and then sitting on a bar like this. You get the distinct impression that it would not be entirely comfortable for humanoid hindquarters and would lead to massive pins and needles within your legs were you to try and sit on it for any length of time. Now, bussing the tables, there appears to be a young dwarven man, blonde. His beard is neatly done, very long, almost down to his knees, but it's done in very intricate braids and twists. His mustache alone has been trimmed quite nicely, and it's twirled right here. So it comes across and then twirls very neatly. He's sprightly moving between the tables, taking orders, and then and dirty cups back to the kitchen, and then returning with frothy drinks and steaming breads. Always greeting the patrons with a smile and a hearty laugh. As you approach, he notices you, and after a brief moment where his eyes are drawn to your weapons and the odd lady banging on her or twixing out a rhythm across her drum, he regains his composure and says, "Well, be welcome. How can I help you folks?"
A seat and a drink, please.
Well, I can be providing you with both. Over in the corner, we have a lovely, lovely set of chairs from Embridia. Very, very comfortable. Stuffed with the down feathers of a dozen dime geese.
Sounds like a seat for me.
Well, then you be following me this way. He picks out a pair of menus from behind the pedestal at the cafe's entrance and gestures you to follow him towards a very plush-looking set of chairs. They aren't your typical dining set of chairs, as their legs start something like this. They rise to the seat, and then the butt falls away and swoops up into the backrest. The entire thing is upholstered in a multicolored tartan style pattern. It's almost garish against the simple black wood of the table, which sits low and square in the center of the four chairs.
Yep, that'll do.
Well, is there anything I can be getting you from the kitchen? Anything to drink? Anything to eat?
I just need a mug full of something boozy.
Wine. I basic in my gruff voice I say wine and leave the bottle.
Well, that's not really the service we offer here, sir. If stronger drinks are more to your liking, I can certainly recommend you a number of wonderful tap rooms, but we tend to focus on a more refined way of drink. Tell me, have you ever tried a drink from the Kaftan Isles? It's called Cafe.
Oh,
Fine.
wow.
I'll have one of those, and then I find my seat.
All right. Do you prefer it with sugar or with milk? Or both?
Black.
Black. Certainly, sir. I will have that brought out to you immediately. And you, sir?
Yeah, load me up a double.
Okay, two milk, 2 sugar coming up. And for the ladies?
I decline. I'm good, sir. Thank you.
Oh, no worries. Though I do suggest you try our crepes. They are to die for. And you, miss.
Hold his gaze for a moment intentionally,
Hmm.
and then in not perfect but very fine dwarven, say, have a strong cuppa, please.
Oh, and then his accent really starts coming out. A strong cuppa, you say? Aye, there's nothing we can't do for that. I swear, it'll be the strongest cuppa you ever had. Now,
Thank
that
you.
strong cuppa, do you want it to be done with latte art, or do you want it just pure on black as the bells of Dowlow? I can get it to you darker
Black like
than.
my heart.
Oh, Lassie, I'm sure your heart's far from black. I'm sorry. And then he smiles, and he almost skips off to the kitchen. You get the impression he doesn't get to speak Dwarvish very often, and so this has been a very, very fine treat for him. And after a few moments,
That should get him out of our hair for a minute. How do you think that we're gonna find out anything about LPL or LPH? Do you think he came here often from that journal?
Probably a repeat customer. And I wonder if the dwarf guy knows him if we just kind of casually mention his name.
What's his full name? Cal had said it, and I didn't write it down.
Lawrence Philip Hullock.
Like,
Hullock.
Mhm.
that's Cal's video too. You guys
Yeah.
see him, hear him?
Get off the table. Fucking
Oh, hi,
cat.
Jamie.
Sorry. You're smiling.
You're not on the table.
God.
Oh, you're killing me, Jamie.
Brat.
Jesus. Oh. A friend sent me a Facebook message, and it was a meme that was dressed up as a magic card. It was a white and orange cat, and it said underneath, "That fucking cat." And then there was a card description talking about how the cat would knock anything off the table if left unattended for a turn.
Yeah. The little dicks. They're little. Yes.
Oh, but they're so
Anyways.
cute. So
Are
cute.
they? Are they? No, they are. Yes.
If my wife would was not scared of cats, I would have 20 of them. I shit you not. I'm happiest when I've got a kitty pile right in my lap. Ah.
I would like to. Oh God, what do I'm gonna go. Is there a bar in this place, or is it all just tables?
It's all tables. There seems to be a kitchen off to the side, and in the front there's a pedestal where people appear to be greeted and pay as they leave.
He comes back. I think I've sweetened him up. We'll be able to ask him some things. Can say we're friends of Lawrence and that we haven't seen him in a few days. Did he see him last?
All right.
Deceitful. I love it.
So as you guys are talking, the dwarven man comes prancing back through the tables, laying people's drinks out, almost in a dancer-like step. He twirls, he flips his beard over his shoulder. He's very performative in his serving of the tables. He's obviously taking great pleasure in making a show of the dining experience. At one point, even lighting a patron's drink on fire by taking a small match, striking it to his beard, lighting it, doing a short, and a stream of fire leaps from his mouth and onto the glass. At last he
Probably
comes
could
to
have
you.
got some liquor in your coffee.
As he comes over to you, all right, 1 black coffee for the gentleman, 1 double for the lady, and another black coffee for the second lass. And he immediately switches to Dwarven. And if there's anything else I can be doing for you, please let me know. And may I say what a pleasure it is to be speaking in the mother tongue once more. There aren't too many people that can speak a good dwarvish brogue around here. For the love of God, it's like I've been living in a cultural wasteland for the last 3 years.
Oh, yes, it is nice to practice the old linguistic skills, isn't it?
Indeed.
I actually do have a question for you.
Well, be shooting it right off if you please.
We're friends of Lawrence, and we haven't seen him around. We've come from out of town to come and visit him while he does his latest manuscript. Have you
Lawrence!
seen him recently?
Oh, aye! Lawrence! Your friends are Lawrence! Nice enough lad. Little gloomy. But, you say you've come to read his latest manuscript.
Oh, just to visit. We know he's been holed up working on it, so we haven't had a chance to really connect.
Oh, aye. Always scratching away at that page like a man possessed. A shame he's not found a proper home for his writings yet. I mean, it's a right shame that the boy's been overlooked.
I mean, Miskatonic didn't publish him?
Well, yeah, they're more indeed that they are. They offer a lot of the publishing around here, but they're more higher end. And unfortunately, Lawrence, the luck just never seemed to strike for the poor lad. He's been writing and pouring his heart out. It's really a glory to see him at it, but just never happened for him. It seems like no matter what he does, he's just a second too late or a second too early, if you get my drift.
Hmm.
And
Serious case of the unluck.
yeah, the unluck and yeah, he's a polite, as I said, polite enough lad. Definitely passionate, but a wee bit standoffish for my tastes.
Oh, did he get into a row with someone?
Well, there was an elf here a few weeks ago. He may have called the poor tree. Well, Lawrence may have said something unfortunate to the elf, which may have ended in him clutching his nose and leaving in a state of disrumplement, if you take my drift.
Lawrence or the elf man?
Lawrence, let me tell you, and I tell you this as a dwarf, you don't insult an elf and expect to walk away with your nose intact. I mean, I thought my people had a temper, but have you ever seen a pissed off elf? And they carry a grudge for generations. Let me tell you. I mean, I knew this fellow back in
Generations
Maribor.
they have.
Oh, I knew an elk back in Maribor. Wouldn't talk to this particular human family. Could never figure out why. Turned out he had adventured with one of the family's patriarchs some 3 generations back, and the human had pulled a rather unfortunate prank involving a donkey, some ale, and a dress.
Oh,
Aye, Never got the full story, but certainly held a grudge over it.
Self, is he another aspiring writer, or
Oh
the
well,
publishers around
no.
here?
He left here. Well, he didn't leave here. I left Maribor. Oh, his face kind of goes blank for a moment. Oh, I left some time ago. Came here. Nice enough folk, as I said. But Lawrence, he's a wee bit standoffish. Nice enough lad, I suppose. But yeah, never one to make too many friends, I guess.
Did you see him today, perchance? We'd love to catch up with him, as I said.
Oh nay, he won't be here for another week. I think he's out at his estate.
State. So I never did get the address for that. Too bad we couldn't surprise him here.
Well, he he walks over to the pedestal and pulls out a rumpled old adventuring journal and hands it over to you. I'll not be needing this anymore. If you look in there on one of these pages, there should be a picture of the Isle. Now, if you head southeast for half a day, you'll come to the Holic House. If you really want to be catching up with Lawrence, that'd be where you find him these days. I remember, must have been 4-5 days ago. He said he needed some time alone to work on something and to stop nattering in his ear as he drank his coffee. Said he was looking for some solitude and muttered about going home.
A great tip. We'll surprise him there. Have to make sure
Yeah.
we take along some of his favorite pastries from you.
Well, I'm sure I could arrange some scones for you before you take off. Just you might be wanting to purchase a good shield. But from what I hear, the last person who interrupted, like a few weeks ago, a gentleman tapped on Lawrence's shoulder while he was working on something. He turned around and threw his coffee into the lad's face.
Don't you worry about me. I know better than to interrupt a man working on his manuscript.
Aye, laddie, aye, lassie, you seem to have the bearing of someone who knows about the creative process.
Oh, can't keep you from your work for too much longer, but we would appreciate those scones when you get the chance.
Oh, coming right up, and at that he he actually jumps up, clicks his heels, and rushes off to the kitchen. And as he goes, he reaches a table where a young couple is about to leave. He scoops up the plates and the cups, flipping one of the cups, catching it, laying it on the tray, tipping his fingers towards the young man, and blowing a gentle kiss to the lady, and flips right back into the kitchen.
He's safely out of earshot. I'll
Indeed.
translate what he said and say, there's nothing like a little bit of someone's mother tongue to get them talking to you like an old friend. Turns out we can go out to the estate. That's where he was headed. South and east, half a day.
And if you refer to the map I sent you guys last session, if you look, Fortune is in the northern part of the Isle, and then there's a small notation for Holic House on the east side of the Isle.
So are we going there next? Like, should we maybe... you said it was a half a day's travel?
I'd say about a half a day's travel, yes.
And right now it's noonish, or...
Yeah, I'd say you got to the house around morning. Noon wouldn't be too far off.
So I pulled that map up from last time, and if we do want to go to the university, Hollick Manor is sort of along the way, so this works
I'm
out.
trying to scroll for the map. I don't see it anymore.
It's like way
Oh, there
back.
it
We
is.
sent a lot of
Found it.
conversation and memes.
From July 2nd.
We are a classy bunch.
Sorry, where is it on the map? You said far south?
No, to the south and east, along the eastern
The
shore.
blue writing.
Oh,
And that would take like a day or so, or
Half a day.
half a day.
half a day
House.
by horseback or by foot.
By foot.
Okay. Do we want to travel when it's dawn, or do you want to travel in the dark?
Well, it's only noon now. We could go now and then
Yeah.
get there by nightfall, and we can lurk in the shadows and see what we see.
With the other shadows.
Yeah, with the other shadows, you're right.
As soon as you say that, I get really like uncomfortable. You notice I just start squirming in my seat, and let's leave in the morning. Let's leave in the morning.
I agree that we should leave in the morning. I would like to take a rest. I've
And you need to
sustained
read the
some
books,
trauma
too.
today.
Yes, so have I. I'm under a lot of stress as of late.
Let's see if we can't figure out anything else in town first.
What say you,
No.
Matrix? What say you?
You'll need to pick up provisions. Enough for a day and a half, unless you're living all living off of scones.
Yes. They could
Hey,
be.
Lou. No, I know it's none of our business, but when you fell, it's not some sort of like offensive thing if we needed to take your cowl off in order to help you when you were in medical distress, right? That would be okay?
I think you would all be in for a surprise.
GM intrusion, guys. Everybody but Jamie, please hop out of the chat.
Everyone's going on a pee break now.
All right, Jamie, from within the depths of your conscious, from the prison for which you've constructed, you hear the voice strain against the walls and the confines of the mental wards that you've placed for it. Tell them nothing! They will not understand. All that is different, all that is unique, is not accepted. All that is divergent is to be despised. Tell them nothing. Jamie?
Yes, I'm here. I'm thinking. All right. It's just whether or not I want to listen to you, mister. I'm my own person. Kind of. Am I a person? I don't know what I am anymore. A tool.
Give me my body back.
This is my body.
Tell
You're
them.
the parasite. You're the
I-
one living in me.
I am not a parasite. And you feel the rage against the words. If you're having this how do you figure you're having this conversation? Is it words in the back of your mind, or are you in an actual mind palace where you're speaking to the entity?
to see it be a physical thing, like I'm in, yeah. But I don't want like walls surrounding. I almost want to be in like a white mist, and then I have this entity that I can't really quite see, maybe behind bars or behind a box, perhaps.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You were a wood elf in life, yes?
Yes, yeah.
I'm going to say that the bars of the prison are almost like a twisting cage of brambles. How does that sound?
Yeah.
All right. The brambles don't strike, but they seem to shift and change, and whenever the entity approaches it, it recoils as if struck. Tell them the entity before you. You can't really see it. It's more of a misty shape. It's humanoid, definitely, very tall, but other than that,
Okay.
there's nothing. It's utterly featureless, and it seems to change depending on its mood. When it yells at you to tell them nothing, you see it turn almost red, crimson with anger and fury.
Hmm. Okay. And I am I feeling quite physically spent after that?
A little. You're definitely feeling the mental strain as it pounds on the cage a little.
Hmm.
Widow, escape room, F9. Oh my.
I think she doesn't know that she's not muted. So she's
Yeah.
texting. Anyways. Okay. All right. I know what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Should we let them do we want them back in?
Sure. So you're cutting off contact with the entity then.
Oh, I see. Okay, because we're still having a conversation.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because I don't want to be sitting there zoning out when someone's talking to me. I'm gonna try and just shove him back and go, I'll do what I want. I will do as I please.
You fool! And then it's almost like somebody's grabbed the entire cage and just yanked it back, and it becomes very distant in an instant before uh, you come back to yourself. All right, I'll let them know to come on back in. Come on. I'm still getting used to having two displays.
Yup.
Come on back, guys.
All right.
Thanks for your
Keep making eye
patience.
contact. Keep making eye contact.
All right. Nelu, we'll leave it to you.
Yeah. So I zoned out for a bit and I'll look at Payne and I'll ask, what was your question again?
I just wanted to make sure if you pass out again and we need to help you, we're not like gonna offend you if we need to take your cowl off. I don't want to cross any like religious boundaries or anything.
Yeah, I would prefer if you didn't. He would prefer if you didn't.
Say what again?
I said he would prefer if you didn't.
Is he?
Who's he?
I don't know. There's mysteries in my brain.
Okay.
I
Might
have
be a
like a
little
very
hard to
strong
help you if
urge to just rip it
not
off.
sure how. But all right, we'll try.
I'll be fine. But you'll all need provisions.
All
Take it
right.
you don't need to eat much.
Not at all. The will of Selune keeps me full.
And at that moment, the dwarven barista comes toiling back with a bag full of pastries and under one arm and a mug of. It's a very odd-looking container.
Is it a growler? Is it a growler?
Well, I was thinking thermos, but okay. It's
Coffee to
it's a
go is what it is.
it's a metal container about 12 inches long and far wider than any container really should be. Well, the will of Salune may be keeping you on your feet, but these will certainly help. Here you go. And as an added bonus, I had our cook whip this up. This is something I'm trying out, and if you like it, come back and get another one. Keeps your hot stuff hot, your cold stuff cold. I call it a tempertat.
Empertot.
A tempertat.
You're a genius. You, my
Hey,
friend. Thank you.
well, my mother had other ideas about that. First time I made one of these, my doc kicked me from one end of Mia Boer to the other. And then once that was done, my ma kicked me back. Half the reason I left, I couldn't keep rubbing the salve onto me arse. The bruises were just too much.
Oh, the visual.
Like me ma always said, if you're
Draga
gonna
just
be
puts his hand on his head. I was like, oh, jeez.
like me ma always said, if you're gonna be doing that foolishness, do it where somebody do it in a place where nobody knows your name. That way, if you do something stupid, it's not connected to your family. I took it to heart and got as far away from that feckin' home as I could. Anyway, let me know if you like it. Spread the word to your friends. And if you do want to bring me your custom again, I'll be sure to make you another one. I'm actually working on a one with a mage not too far from here that'll hold infinite coffee.
Boy, that sounds amazing.
We call it the
Pardon me, I missed your name.
oh, my name's Marek.
Okay, I'm Payne. Super nice to meet you.
So, and we're back. When we took off, Marek, the barista at the Harrison Cafe, had just brought you your scones and your tempetat of coffee. He looks you over. He turns back to Payne, and it was a lovely pleasure to be talking to you in the mother tongue. If you're ever back this way, please stop back. We'd love to have you. Oh, well, you ladies and gentlemen have a wonderful day, a wonderful life, and remember, may the road rise to meet your feet. And he takes off once more, brandishing himself between the tables, swinging his server tray to and fro, taking the cups, throwing them across his, placing them gently onto his server tray, spinning it, flipping the plates, putting them into place, and he's gone.
Right, so what else can we get up to today in this town? Large enough, we should be able to find ourselves provisions.
Is there a store nearby?
You, Merrick hears you say that as he's answering off. Oh, there's Harridan's Emporium. They're a gently used army supply store. There's Nerston General. They'll have all sorts of things. And then there's Ne'er-do-wells. It's a shop for the magically inclined on the north side of town.
Go there.
Hmm.
Might have curatives.
Mm-hmm. All right. A short. All right. Well, if you're wanting to go to ne'er-do-wells, they're on the north end of town, near the docks. Uh, if you follow the street all the way to the north, yeah, it's the last block before you hit the ocean. Have a great day, lads and lasses.
I'm gonna palm him an extra gold piece for giving us the temple tat.
And he flips it, bounces it off his elbow, catches it in his mouth, flips, and catches it in his palm.
I'm both impressed and revolted.
You're not the only one. There's some half-hearted applause from all over the cafe. Nobody's really sure what to do, but they're certainly caught up in his
Right.
enthusiasm.
Right. To the street.
Are we drawing attention as we walk down the road to the store?
Not
Do we
especially.
stand out in this town?
This part of town, not especially. You do have more armaments than your typical citizen, but as you walk, you see a smattering of different dress, from everything in shirt and trousers to vests. There's one group of men. A couple of them are dressed in plate mail, and one of them's carrying a great blade. But it does seem like the town itself has a mix of people, as if they've come from several different places.
Are the shadows still lurking?
Perception check, please.
Aid you, Amanda?
Boop. What did I get? 4!
Mila says she's aiding you, so you get advantage. Roll again.
Perception.
22. Not too bad.
There we go.
I was about to say, maybe you should stop rolling on the on roll 20, because it does seem to not like you, unfortunately. Okay, so as you look at the shadows, you do see almost slitherings through the shadows, spots that are darker than they should be. For the briefest instant, you think you see a discolored eye emerge from the shadows, but as quickly as you think you see it, it's gone.
Now, is this store, it's for magical people?
Well, the way you described it, it definitely caters to those of the adventuring mindset, or the adventuring lifestyle.
All right. I want to enter the store, just like throwing the doors open.
All right. So as you approach down the street, you spot the sign of ne'er-do-wells. It's an older brick building. There's not much to say about it. Bars are across. There are shining bars across the windows. That as you get closer, you realize that these bars are iron coated in silver. Uh, across the top of the signage boards, you can see several glyphs from various religions and religions and cultures warding off against evil or the unsightly. Amanda,
Mhm.
as you cross to the door, you see a small uh, palm crossed over. Uh, you see a small palm crossed over with a circle at the center.
Does that mean something to me?
It does indeed. It means a place of aid or possible a place of aid or possible refuge if necessary.
Nice.
Okay.
Dude, you speak hobo code?
I know multiple languages, actually.
All right. So the walls are adorned in various glyphs. In some cases, entire bricks are like taken up with these particular sigils. The door is a heavy iron door. It definitely looks like it could be set and shuttered at a moment's notice. As you push open the door, you see an old man in a faded out fedora like cap, a long coat, and tattered trousers, and a stained shirt with a red scarf, working about various shelves, limping as he goes. Thump bump, thump bump, thump bump. The sole of his boot hits on the first thump, and then at the bump you hear a far more wooden sound strike the floorboards. As he comes around the last shelf, you can see that he's missing his right leg, amputated below the knee. He looks up and sees you. What do you want?
At the moment, I'd like some matches.
Aye, you want matches? I can give you matches. He comes over to the shelf. Thump bump, thump bump, thump bump. Grabs the matches, tosses them at you. 2 silver.
I can give you 1 gold.
You can give me 2 silver, and I can give you some change.
I don't have any silver. I only have 1 gold.
I know. You give me the gold, and I'll give you some change.
There you go.
Not
1 gold.
He catches it out of the air with almost preternatural reflexes. Walks over to a small lockbox, fiddles with the key for a moment before popping it open and pulling forth a further 8 silver. As he does so, you get the chance to look around the shop. From the rafters hang various herbs of unknown... there's a word for this. I know this word. Patents? There's a word used for paintings for their documentation. I forget what the word is. Damn, it's on the tip of my... Sorry?
Tina's?
No, it's the jeez. And you wouldn't believe that I used to read the dictionary for fun. Are letters of... it escapes me at the moment. There's herbs of unknown origin and type hanging from various rafters. There's a strong scent of garlic in the air. The entire room is lit by those strange electrical bulbs in various sconces about the room. On a few racks, you see some moldering old weapons. Patents, that's it. Some moldering old weapons and some hard leather armor hanging off one side rack. On others, various firearms wait to be weight hung upon the wall, and in a few scattered barrels, there seem to be some old uh, old symbols and a few scattered odds and ends. The barrels themselves are marked bargain bin.
I'm gonna go rifle through that bargain bin.
All right. The old man sees you walking by. He gives you.
So, what does this town need protection from?
He makes a small sign over his heart here.
You know what that means?
I can't see Jared, so.
Oh, he crosses over his heart and then makes a circle.
I see.
Do we know what that means?
Amanda might.
Protection?
I.
Mm.
So you're with the lot, are you?
Yes.
The circle. These lot with you.
They are. Treat them good.
All right. He takes a small container, heads behind the bar, and then cracks open the container and turfs it, covering his eyes. What do you guys want to do?
Instinctually cover my eyes.
All right, let's do it this way. Reflex saves, dexterity checks.
Dexterity.
Fuck, 7.
I got a 9.
All right.
18.
So Pain, Dagra, and Nelu. The moment the container hits the ground, it bursts out in a brilliant white light, and it. Oh, sorry. Pain got an 18, not an 8. My bad. So that would just be Dagra and Nelu. The container bursts into a brilliant white light,
I
scouring
literally look at the thing. I look at the thing as it drops.
Look
Yeah.
right at it.
Yeah. For a second.
Ooh, what's that?
Yeah. For a second, your vision is just filled with white, and your ear. Then a second later, your ears begin to ring. Kilcax and Payne, you manage to cover your eyes at the last second. You still get the ringing in your ears, but you quickly recover from it. The old man hobbles from behind the counter where he keeps the lockbox and walks over to you. We can speak freely now. My name's Garin. It's a relief to be seeing you lot.
Alright, what kind of information do you have for us?
Not much. I've been here nearly 3 weeks.
Waiting for us for 3 weeks?
Haven't been waiting for anyone. I stumbled through the mists and lost my leg to a creeper.
Oh, and do you know anything about the mist?
About what everyone else knows. You go into it, you better keep a sharp sword or a swift bow. Me. He looks down at his leg. Wasn't so swift. Decided to set up shop here. Figured the name would draw in the right type of crowd. So now I sell odds and ends to those who can do what I no longer may.
Have you seen these
Brenda.
shadow creatures?
You mean the creepers? Was one of them that took my leg.
Mm.
Damn thing formed a tentacle, whipped itself around my leg and tore it clean off below the knee. Managed to slot it in the eye though. Few things I've noticed about them though. And I'm only telling you this because you're with the circle. They aren't all the same. Some of them are stronger than others. The Watchers, they're pretty weak, but those of them that get it to a mind to really tear you apart can rip you limb from limb before you got a chance to respond. Take care, eh?
Tell them apart.
Mm. Well, the Watchers
Probably
are
the
usually
tentacles.
small ones, about the size of a kobold. The bigger ones, they're around the size of a man, give or take. The one that took my knee, or my leg, he gestures to the wooden leg and taps it up against one of the nearby shelves, where an assorted rack of weapons lay. Well, that thing was damn near the size of a small dragon.
Have you been getting a
Garrett.
lot of business lately?
A fair bit. Mostly idiots headed off to the caves on the south side of the island. They figure that there's something out there that has a ton of coin. None of them come back though, so I'm thinking that's a false end.
Have you heard whispers of this LPH, gentlefolk?
LPH. What is that? Some sort of hemorrhoid cream?
Lawrence Philip Pollock. The
Pollock.
fellows who lived in town here disappeared.
Nothing I heard about. A lot of you know how it is. There's things in the night. There are things that walk the night. They're gonna take folk. After a
Indeed.
while, you stop trying to remember the names. And he
Liquid
starts
silver we can throw their way?
liquid silver. As far as
Yeah.
I can tell, these things don't react to silver. Believe me, one of the men that was with me tried to shoot one with a silver bullet like it was a bloody werewolf. Damn thing shrugged it off and spat the bullet back between his eyes.
Things that go bump in the night, for my parts, all are vulnerable to silver.
You're from Caracas then.
What it was called?
I think I just butchered the pronunciation. Hang on.
Arcus. Arcus.
Mordant.
Wrote it down here. Arcus.
Yeah, you're Kartakas. Kartakas.
Takas.
Kartakas, yes. You're from Kartakas then. Hunted a werewolf there a few seasons back. Tough bastard. He walks back over the over the tight-fitting floorboards, nary a creak with his passing, and he passes his hand over a scythe that's hung over the back register desk. Took me nearly a week to track him, and then 3 days to kill him. God, those were the days.
Are you
Are
good
they
at
then?
deciphering books?
Linguistics was never my specialty, but if you ever make your way to a little place called Demilieu, there's the city of Demilieu. There's a moment. Gotta make myself some notes so I remember the particular the particular patents that I pulled out of my arse. Never been so good with languages, but if you ever make your way to Demliu, find yourself a shop called the Unspoken Word and talk to a man named Dal. He should be able to help you out.
Oh, curatives, friend.
I've got
Oh,
curatives.
curatives.
I've got curatives for sale if you've got the coin.
Tell me what you have.
All right. He walks over to one of the back walls, a particularly grimy place, and he bumps it with his elbow, and then pulls it out. And in back, there's actually a shining rack filled with weapons and armor and various curatives. This stuff I only show to the right customers. He pulls out 3 vials. These should do just what you're asking. Now, these'll heal you, but the herbs are rare. So, if you're wanting them, I have to charge you. I got no choice, but I'll give them to you at a discount. If you got 30 gold, I'll give you all 3.
To appraise that.
All right. Roll an intelligence check.
Straight intelligence?
Yep.
17.
Sorry, how much?
17.
19?
17.
17. Okay. They seem to be your regular potion of healing. And he's offering you a heck of a discount on them. Usually an item of this power would cost you about 40 gold per vial. The fact that he's offering them at 30 is a heck of a discount. It's basically wholesaler's price.
I can go halvesies with you.
I'm afraid I do not have that much coin.
Well,
Can we all pitch 10?
if you'd like, yeah.
Does anybody else have gold? I have 37.
I have no money. I spent it all on my shield.
I was going to say I have about a silver worth.
I don't
That'll
have
be
any. No.
Mila, can
How
you
are
hear
you
Amanda?
always?
Can you hear me, Mila? Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm wondering, can I even strike the deal a little bit lower with this gentlefolk?
Try persuasion.
Persuasion.
If they'll give us just 2, maybe.
Oh.
Oh, that sounds good.
Reroll.
Hey!
Oh.
Ooh.
All right. How bad do we want the? If I give you 15 golds, can I at least have 2?
20 for 2.
And I look at Payne and I say, "Do you want these?"
Never hurts to have them when we don't really know what we're even up against. In
Alright.
Creeper, the name Watcher. Not that we really have no idea yet.
I accept. I give 20 gold to the gentlefolk.
All right. Garn reaches across the counter, gathers up the coin, slaps the 2 bottles in front of you. All right. Be careful out there. These things
Do you
are
think we
everywhere.
can seek refuge here for the night?
I can offer you a few bunks in the back. It's not luxurious, but it's safe.
Maybe you've heard of the place that we're headed to. It's where is it, guys? Where are we going?
Like manner.
Have you heard of the McManor?
Holic Manor?
Like,
Oh, Hollick Manor. Yes.
it's the family name of Lawrence.
Hmm.
I've heard tell of some writer by that name. Supposedly he's so. I don't think he's ever been published in anything above a I'm trying to think of a good name for a latrine. Supposedly he's never been published in anything that wasn't fit to fill a soiling pit, but that's the only Holic I can think of.
Writing seems to be like a noble profession here. Everybody wants to be a writer.
You noticed that too, did you?
Oh, what's up with that?
Best I can tell, everyone here wants to be the next greatest thing to ever grace a page. And more than a few of them are willing to lie, cheat, and steal to get their name in that print. A few of the good ones are above it, but I worry about this place. Your friend from Carticos will tell you that when those creative types start getting itchy, they start sharpening the knives for each other. Here, maybe not so bad, since being a good writer is not going to get you a place on the town council, but it will get you coin, and that can be a reason enough to put a knife in somebody's back, literally or figuratively, as the case may be.
Do you think that spot is being threatened?
Sorry, that who is being threatened?
The head writer, the most published, the most popular dude around town.
I wouldn't even know who the heck that was, or who the heck that would be. I've been keeping my head down as much as I can, trying to keep the creepers off my back. I
Do they
spent.
visit you in the shop?
No, they
The
haven't
creepers?
they haven't gotten through the shop yet, but I've seen them walking in people's shadows. Sorry about he turns to Dagra and to Nelu. Sorry about the flasher. It's just about the only thing that scares the little bastards.
Well, I'm hoping the matches come in handy.
Here. He reaches behind and throws you a small canister. Save it till you figure it's going to be of good use.
Nice.
You've gained one flashbang
How long
grenade.
have you been here?
Like I said,
Bang!
just a few weeks. I was lucky that the previous occupant of this store had a half decent head on his shoulders. Must have been a priest or a paladin of some sort. He had the place warded out to the guts.
You notice people seem to have a problem with their memory here. Just go
Mhm.
all space cadet on us. Then can't remember what we were asking.
You mean when you start asking the particulars of where they might have been from or how long they've been here?
Their past.
Exactly. I've noticed the same thing. Best I can figure it, and he pulls out a leather journal with a just a folio with a bunch of loose sheets in it. Really, best I can figure it. This place didn't exist before a few months ago. No one no Vistani, no Mistwalker I've talked to has ever heard of this place before a few months ago.
Interesting.
Now, and he turns to Kilcax as he says this. You and I both know. The Vistani, they keep records. They know about the mist talismans. This place, I've only seen one Vistani troop come through, and they got lost in the mists. They seemed about as run down and discombobulated as a man can, as a group of people can get. They'd never heard of this place.
An ill omen indeed.
Wow.
Stani never forget.
Yeah, either a slight or a tail. They've long memories, no doubt about that. A lot of people don't like them, but I've always found them to be an upright and virtuous folk if you treat them right.
Is there any other secrets that you'd like to divulge?
Told you just about everything I know about the area. Everything.
How about those bunks then?
Sorry,
Yeah,
about those what?
bunks.
He pushes the rack back into place, and then goes to another area, and he pushes his peg leg down through the floorboard, lifts it up, and then grabs the other end of the board. As he steps down, the other end of the board levers up. He grabs the other end and pulls back. You hear a bunch of gears shifting in the walls before a small click and a pop, and a door swings open. You can rest down here if you like. I'll see you in the morning. And
An appreciative whistle, because that was cool.
all right. And with that, it's 11 o'clock, guys. So do you guys want to keep going, or do you want to call it a night?
Call it a night.
All right.
We're good.
Yeah.